Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us for this historical Green Flake benefit concert. My name is Maui Jr. Bonner. I'm the writer and director of the award-winning film, His Name is Green Flake, and I'll be your host for this event. I hope you are ready to hear some of your favorite inspirational performing artists. This event is a huge collaboration. All of these singers and songwriters in one place, donating their talents for one reason: to raise money to build a monument honoring Green Flake's contribution to the establishment of Utah. And now, to kick us off, we'll have a performance from my favorite people in the whole world, the Bonner family.
I think I've seen it all. We've laughed and we've cried, the battles we fight, through the rain and through the storm. Be my shelter to hide till my tears have dried.
I don't wanna run.
No, don't you run.
Trying to get away from all the things I've done.
Take my hand, I'm with you.
Take my hand.
I will never leave your side, your side.
When the fight is at the door, I'll be standing next to you. Hold on, be strong, you're never alone. When you can't take anymore, I'll be praying next to you. Hold on, be strong, you're never alone. No matter how far we've come, I'll never look back. I will never do that. I don't wanna run.
No, don't you run.
Trying to get away from all the things I've done.
Take my hand, I'm with you.
Take my hand.
I will never leave your side, your side.
When the fight is at the door, I'll be standing next to you. Hold on, be strong, you're never alone. When you can't take anymore, I'm praying next to you. Hold on, be strong, you're never alone. And if there comes a day that we must face the darkness, I'll stay and keep fighting. You know that's where my heart is. When we're together, no one can stand between us. No one can stand between us. Hey! I'm next to you.
When the fight is at the door, hold on.
When the fight is at the door, I'll be standing next to you. Hold on, be strong, you're never alone. When you can't take anymore, I'm praying next to you. Hold on, be strong, you're never alone.
That was absolutely beautiful. And we are never alone thanks to technology connecting us from all around the globe. Tonight, you will get a sneak peek into scenes from the award-winning film, His Name is Green Flake. Some of you may be asking, well, who is Green Flake and why are we having a concert to benefit him? Green Flake was a Black Latter-day Saint pioneer. In 1847, the teenage Green Flake was sent by his slave master to serve in the advanced group on the Pioneer Trek. In the film, we follow Green Flake and other enslaved African-American pioneers from the mid-1800s to Utah in the 1860s. This group was tasked with paving the way for over 70,000 people to follow on what would become the largest pioneer migration in American history. Now, many did not survive this journey, and countless others grew very ill, including the leader of the church at that time, Brigham Young. While ill, Brigham sent Green Flake to continue trekking forward, breaking the trail in front of him while Brigham Young recovered. Green Flake drove the first wagon into the valley of the Great Salt Lake. After learning that there are no monuments to honor Green Flake and other enslaved pioneers in Salt Lake City, Utah, we decided to donate proceeds from the Green Flake watch parties to go towards the making of this groundbreaking film and the building of this historic monument. These watch parties are virtual screenings of the movie from the comfort of your own home. Green Flake tickets are now available at greenflakemovie.com. Pick a night that you want to watch the film and enjoy a movie night with some of our watch party hosts. Your donation towards the building of this monument automatically buys you a ticket to the movie. Now, take a look at the different artists who will be hosting any given Friday or Saturday night. Join a watch party with some of the actors in the film talking about their favorite scenes, or musicians talking about their favorite songs before watching the film together, virtually. There are a limited number of tickets for each screening, so please go get your ticket now. Your donation will allow us to honor some of the unsung heroes from the 1800s. The next performer is one of our very own watch party hosts, Casey Elliott, who plays Joseph Smith in the movie His Name is Green Flake.
Hey there, my name is Casey Elliott. I play Joseph Smith in the film, and I think that Green Flake is such a great example of somebody who kept his closeness to the Savior, who kept his faith. It wasn't easy what he had to go through and the other pioneers had to go through. We don't really know. We aren't as familiar with the stories of the African-American pioneers and what they went through and the unique experience that they had, because it was a unique experience. And what we find, I think, is these stories of incredible faith, these examples of incredible faith and strength that we can learn from, any of us can learn from. So I appreciate the opportunity and hope you enjoy the song. Often I wonder, who am I that he would have loved me, flawed and frail. Jesus, Redeemer, save my soul. Be thou my beacon when the darkness takes hold. He walked on the water, he healed those who sought him. He raised up the dying, caused the blind to see. He made whole the lepers, he fed the 5,000. He wept as he knelt in Gethsemane. I believe he can carry me. Amazed at the reason he paid the price for me, a sinner, meek and low. Savior, be with me, lift me up. With thee I'm stronger when I don't have enough. He walked on the water, he healed those who sought him. He raised up the dying, caused the blind to see. He made whole the lepers, he fed the 5,000. He wept as he knelt in Gethsemane. I believe he can carry me. He made the worlds without number. His glory fills the sky. And yet he said his greatest miracle was you and even I. He walked on the water. He healed those who sought him. He raised up the dying, caused the blind to see. He made whole the lepers. He fed the 5,000. He wept as he knelt in Gethsemane. I believe, yes, I believe he can carry me.
Thank you, Casey. If you're a fan of Gentry or Casey, like I am, get on the website and get your ticket because there's only 430 available. And right now they're going quickly. The tickets are limited, but you're not limited to buying just one ticket. You can buy for a friend or a family member, or if you choose to donate more towards the monument, you're free to do that as well. For those who are just now joining us, we're raising money for the very first monument in Utah that honors the contributions of the enslaved pioneers from the 1847 Pioneer Trek. Many of us had no idea that there were enslaved pioneers, but tonight we'll get to learn more about them. More great music is on its way, and we'll continue to show you the available dates and times for the watch parties. But first, let's take a look at the award-winning trailer from His Name is Green Flake.
Your master come, and it's freezing cold. What the first thing he gonna do? Make fire? And what the slaves gonna do?
Rock?
The construction of winter quarters is imperative to our survival.
I'll come back for you.
Eat your breakfast, pack your things, say your goodbyes.
I promise.
It's gonna be hard enough getting there. What sense that make? Coming all the way back. So don't come back. Just survive. Ain't gonna be nothing here for you. Promise me. Run.
Green, I want for you, I wouldn't be here.
We all made sacrifices.
Only only way we make it is together.
My name is your host, Bonner, and I play Green Flake in the movie. We'd like to thank Gaynor Brunson for hosting us here at Rock Canyon Studios. And a huge thank you to all the individuals who have contributed to the building of this monument. If you don't already have a ticket, go to greenflakemovie.com and join my watch party night on July 3rd. Now let me introduce to you two amazing women who are not only good friends, but also party hosts and producers on the movie His Name is Green Flake. They have a tremendous following of saints on social media, but that doesn't mean that their watch party is going to fill up before mine. Hey, sisters.
Hey, I'm Tamu.
And I'm Zandra, and we are Sisters in Zion. We're so excited to be talking to you guys right now because tell them why we're excited, Tamu.
We're excited because first and foremost, you need to know that we're building this monument. All of us.
We're doing this monument for to honor Black Mormon pioneers who, up until this point, have not been memorialized in our church's home state. And so we are so excited to be a part of building that. So we want you to come on this journey with us. All you have to do is, what do they got to do, Tamu?
Well, I'm going to tell you, you got to support the film. But the monument is not only about supporting the film, it's about preserving our shared history.
Because if we are a restoring gospel, if we are the restored gospel of Jesus Christ, then there has got to be healing and wholeness all up and through the body of Christ. And this monument is just one of the ways that we hope will usher that into our shared faith.
Amen.
We want our night when we host the movie to be jam-packed. We want to watch it with all of you guys. And not only do we want to watch it, we want to say what's up at the beginning of the movie, but then we want to have an after discussion so we can talk about all this wonderful history. We can talk about our shared history, and we can join in some amazing restoration and healing together. So that's what we're doing.
Wait. What I won't let Xandra do is talk through the movie, because y'all know sometimes she does that. I won't let it happen.
But I cannot promise that my fingers will not be chatting away. So we're so excited to watch Green Flake movie with you guys and to have a beautiful discussion with you guys. And we really like Tamu said, she's super competitive. And so we want to make sure
competitive. The people that brought us here are super competitive. We're just rising to the occasion, and we need y'all to help us rise. Okay,
we need our night to be jam-packed with amazing, beautiful souls to help us to honor these amazing, beautiful souls that have gone before us. And just remember, there is something finally that we can do, and we are so proud to be a part of doing it. And we can't do it alone.
You guys, we want you to come with us on this journey. I think
that's right.
The fact that we're doing this together means everything to me. It means everything because it's our history. So that means that you guys want to partner with Xandra and I on our night to share this story and to build this monument. Join us.
So go to greenflakemovie.com.
What was that again? Say it for the people in the back. Say it again.
Go to greenflakemovie.com. Find our night and come watch this movie with us. Come be a part of the party that's going to celebrate some Black Mormon history, our history, because that's what we need y'all to know. Black Mormon history is Latter-day history. And so it's all of our history.
We put our stamp of approval on this. She's losing light. We got to go, but 100%.
We got to go. In a second, I'm going to look like a thumbprint.
I don't want that for you.
We will be there, and God be with us till we meet again. Love you, saints.
Next performing Fire in the Night, Bree Stouse.
When your back's against the wall and the darkness consumes you, when your heart beats just like a kick drum. You'll find what's inside you. 'Cause we can do this, they can't stop it. Climb to the top, never give it up. 'Cause in the night, I'll be fine. 'Cause I can see the bright lights, a little dim, but just right. I'll be just fine. This time I'll rise, and nobody can tell me I won't shine tonight. Tonight is time to fly. In the darkest times I'll find the light. I'll be the one to own the night. Ooh, you'll be so blinded by the light. I'll be the one to own the night. Ooh, in the darkest times I'll find the light. I'll be the one to own the night. Ooh, you'll be so blinded by the light. I'll be the fire in the night. Ooh, we may feel broken, but we were chosen. Our hearts may beat fast while the others go roasting. But we can do this, they can't stop it. Climb to the top, never give it up. 'Cause in the night, I'll be fine. 'Cause I can see the bright lights, a little dim, but just right. I'll be alright. This time I'll rise, and nobody can tell me I won't shine tonight. Tonight is time to fly. In the darkest times I'll find the light. You'll be the one to own the night. Ooh, you'll be so blinded by the light. I'll be the one to own the night. Ooh, in the darkest times I'll find the light. I'll be the one to own the night. Ooh, you'll be so blinded by the light. I'll be the fire in the night. Ooh.
Hi, I'm Dallin Bayless, and I have the privilege of portraying Brigham Young in the film Green Flake. I have chosen for my song A Poor Wayfaring Man of Grief, because this song reminds me that the Savior knows each one of our names, including those many African American saints who helped in such great ways to be able to help build the kingdom of God, this church on the earth. Their stories need to be told. And there's a line in this song that says, "These deeds shall thy memorial be. Fear not, for thou hast done them unto me." And I can't help but think of Green Flake, about the many African Americans who were part of this church from its beginning, and how their deeds were for the Savior and for this church. And I know He knows them and He knows their sacrifices. And so I hope that you will find it in you to be able to support this wonderful movement to build a monument to their sacrifice and to their memory, just as we remember the sacrifices of our pioneer ancestors.
Wayfaring man of grief hath often crossed me on my way, who sued so humbly for relief that I could never answer nay. I had not power to ask his name, whereto he went, or whence he came. Yet there was something in his eye that won my love, I knew not why. Stripped, wounded, beaten nigh to death, I found him by the highway side. I roused his pulse, brought back his breath, revived his spirit and supplied wine, oil, refreshment. He was healed. I had myself a wound concealed, but from that hour forgot the smart, and peace bound up my broken heart. In prison I saw him next, condemned to meet a traitor's doom and more. The tide of lying tongues I stemmed, and honored him amid shame and scorn. My friendship's utmost zeal to try, he asked if I for him would die. The flesh was weak, my blood ran chill, but my free spirit cried, I will. Then in a moment to my view, the stranger started from disguise. The tokens in his hands, I knew the Savior stood before mine eyes. He spake, and my poor name he named. Of me thou hast not been ashamed. These deeds shall thy memorial be. Fear not, thou didst them unto
Many of you who are watching are just like me. You had no idea that some members of the early LDS Church were enslaved women, men, and children trekking over 1,000 miles into what we now know as Salt Lake City, Utah. Many of us are just now learning that Utah Territory permitted the enslavement of African Americans. This is something that we wish, all of us wish, were not true, but it happened. And that's why we're here tonight for this benefit concert, singing the songs and sharing their stories, remembering these beautiful souls that crossed those plains. At greenflakemovie.com, your donation to the monument is your ticket to watch the film virtually from your home. The tickets are very limited. If you wait, you'll miss out. So right now, get your phone or computer, go to greenflakemovie.com, pick the night and host you want to watch with. Make sure you text your close friends and family so that they can experience the movie with you together.
Can anybody hear me at all? Can anybody see?
You are in for a treat. Most of you know by now, my name is Mally Jr. Bonner. I'm the director of His Name is Green Flake, and I'm here with Paul Reeve. And Paul Reeve is, if you are someone that loves church history and black history especially, then this is where the buck stops. But give your official, like, what is your title?
I'm the Simmons Chair of Mormon Studies at the University of Utah in the History Department.
I love it. And what do you do?
I teach courses on Utah history, history of the U.S. West, and Mormon history.
Okay.
And specifically related to this project, I run a database housed at the Marriott Library at the University of Utah called Century of Black Mormons. It's designed to name and identify every known Black Latter-day Saint baptized into the faith between 1830 and 1930, the first 100 years.
Wow. So these are black saints, free and enslaved?
Free and enslaved. We document those who were baptized before 1865, the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which outlaws slavery. Anyone baptized before then, we document whether they were free or enslaved at the time of baptism. And so by the time we're done, we'll know how many enslaved Latter-day Saints there were versus free Latter-day Saints baptized before 1865. These are people who, in my estimation, have been erased from collective Latter-day Saint memory. And the Latter-day Saint story isn't complete until all of its members are represented.
Wow.
So the database is designed to recover what was lost.
Right.
In my experience, Latter-day Saints tend to not talk about Black Latter-day Saints before June of 1978 because it implicates us in racism. And so we act as if only Black people were in the faith after 1978, and the database obviously is designed to recover those who were lost.
I mean, of course, I am beyond thankful for the work that you feel called to do and have spent so much time in, because of that work. I mean, that in large part is how I learned about Black history in the church. And so I wonder how are people responding when you're telling them this new information?
Sometimes surprise. A lot of people welcome the new information. When I talk about, in my Utah history class, for example, college students, a lot of them are unaware that slavery arrived in Utah territory. I should say Black slavery, Native American slavery predated the Latter-day Saint arrival into the Salt Lake Valley. But Black slavery arrives July 22nd, 2 days before Brigham Young.
How does somebody deal with what they're learning when they're done and this show's over? Now what? Where do they go? What do they do?
Yeah. I think, especially if we're talking about Latter-day Saints, if we're talking to a Latter-day Saint audience, my sense is that Latter-day Saints feel crippled by the Latter-day Saint racial past and therefore not willing to stand up for racial justice in the present. So my hope would be that Latter-day Saints were willing to own the racism, own our own racism from the past, right? Recognize that Latter-day Saints themselves, white Latter-day Saints, were marginalized as not white enough in the 19th century. They experienced a soft form of racialism and also participated in racism against their fellow Black Latter-day Saints. What better people to stand in places of empathy on matters of racial justice in the 21st century? We should be at the forefront, leading out on matters of racial justice as a result. We should own our own racism and use that as a means of empowering ourselves in standing in places of empathy in the 21st century.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And so here we are now using this film, using their stories to build a monument, to build somewhere where those who are just learning about this can see that we're celebrating them, not forgetting them because it's hard to look at, but acknowledging their existence, their contribution, and those who are going to be donating towards the monument. What impact do you think that's going to have moving forward, having somewhere to go and see?
Yeah, well, that I mean, historical monuments provide a way for public memory to be shaped, right? And if we think about who gets to create monuments, traditionally in Utah, for example, it's largely sons of the Utah pioneers, daughters of the Utah pioneers, and these are typically white organizations. And, so it just adds to the public erasure. A monument like this then helps to name and number and identify these people as a part of the Latter-day Saint story. So Green Flake's story is the Latter-day Saint story.
Thank you is an understatement for what you do on a daily. So it means so much to someone like me, who I feel lost. I don't know where to begin. And to know that you've done so much to allow me to dive in and reap the rewards of your labor, I'm grateful for that. So just know that it means the world to me.
Thank you. That means an enormous amount, honestly. It's very rewarding. I appreciate that.
Living underground, nobody can make a sound, but you're looking to the sky, hoping to be found. Broken picture frame.
As we continue to learn more about these enslaved pioneers, I know that it's not easy. It's heavy. I think it would be easier for us to celebrate them if they weren't enslaved and we're just dealing with pioneers, but they were. When we think of Joseph of Egypt, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Daniel in the lion's den, these men spending part of their lives enslaved, we wouldn't dream of separating their enslavement from their story. We draw strength from that, and we can do the same with the pioneers that we're learning of today. With that in mind, let me introduce you to the next artist, someone who was one of the first that I called and the first to respond, Abraham Thomas.
Didn't know I can be so blind to the darkness I have inside of me. Felt like my life was going in rewind. Felt like my whole world was falling down on me. Why do I feel this way? Why does it hurt so much? Why can't I push this pain away? Just love me today.
Thank you so much, Abraham Thomas, for that beautiful number. We appreciate your contribution to this monument with your performance. And you're not the last. Next up, enjoy a beautiful number from Amy Whitcomb performing You Don't Give Up on Me.
You have mistake after mistake, and I get mean, and I always gotta cause a scene, and you can't see that it's hard for me to say I'm sorry, but you don't give up on me, and I'm so weak. At times I forget whose light I seek, even when it's right there in front of me. But when you speak right to my heart. You hear me out, my pain, my joy, my fears and my doubts. And when I'm not, when I forget where I come from, you wake me up to all that you'd have me become. And you won't give up on me. You know I've got big dreams, and I don't tell you enough, but you're exactly what I need. I know but I've been crazy not to call you my king, and you will forever be my God, my strength, my everything. You won't give up on me.
Hi, I'm Garen Brett. So grateful to be a part of this, just a small part of this project and this film, Green Flake. I had the chance to see it recently and was blessed by it, and just these stories that need to be told. And as I was considering what to play for this event, this song came to mind, specifically as I've been thinking about Green Flake and then the men that traveled with him in that initial trek across the plains to pave a path for us. It's a pretty amazing story, and this song tackles the subject of why good men die. And there were a lot of good men on that journey with Green Flake, and I'm grateful for their sacrifice for so many of us to be able to enjoy the freedoms and the just the joy and believing in Jesus Christ the way we do. So this song is called Why.
Men fought the flames, ash fills their grave. I don't know why. I don't know why. A boy in daddy's boots pretends he's a fireman too. Mommy, she cries. He's got daddy's eyes. I don't know why. I don't know why. The sun, it don't always shine. Oh, and I don't know why. Why good men die. King in a crown of thorns, wrists nailed in boards, love made him die. The thought makes me cry, but now I know why. Why good men die.
This is what I say to people who are just now learning about this, and it's a scary thing. I can't imagine. So let's just back up to Christ. Imagine him in his last days, and now he's on the cross and dying. And then there's Peter, who says, I don't even know him, denying him. This is Peter, who knows Christ better than anybody. So us as Christians, all denominations, do we walk away from the Christian faith because of what Peter did or Peter said and he knew Christ? No, we still tell the story. We draw strength from it. Somehow it builds our testimony in Christ. And this is no different. Learning these stories and some of the hard things and the painful things are a part of our faith building journey. And to take that away from us is just hurting our growth. And so for me as a member of the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, it does not make me say, well, I'm done because this and this happened. That's nothing compared to what Christ did and who Peter was to Christ as he denied him. And, I think that what we can all come together on is that regardless of how painful this is, we want to make it right. And we don't know what that is. But a monument that has never been made to honor these human beings that did these great things, that's something we all can agree with. And so when I talk to people and I say, it's going to happen, I know it's going to happen because I know you. Like I know everybody in this room, I don't know one person that says, no, I don't want that. We all want that. And I hope that those who are the type of person that doesn't donate, that doesn't, I don't. I see the infomercial, I'm not. I don't click, I don't do whatever the thing is. But I hope that this is the thing that makes you be a part of it. So when that monument comes up, you're a part of the healing that we need. Rather than just hearing about what happened, when you take your family there, you say, we did this. And you can be a part of the future because we're the generation that's going to change it. And there's no way that our children should learn like we're learning today about this history. They're going to know about it and they're going to learn from it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we'll have no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I see, I see, I see. Was blind, but now I see.
Thank you so much, Aaliyah. That was beautiful. And if you're watching this right now, make sure you share this on your Facebook page so your friends and family can also watch the concert and learn about Green Flake. Share, share, share. Now, I recently read this in a talk given in 1994 from President Nelson, where he quotes a statement from the first presidency in the Quorum of the 12. It is morally wrong for any person or group to deny anyone his or her inalienable dignity on the tragic and abhorrent theory of racial or cultural superiority. We call upon all people everywhere to recommit themselves to the time-honored ideals of tolerance and mutual respect. We sincerely believe that as we acknowledge one another with consideration and compassion, we will discover that we can all peacefully coexist despite our deepest differences. We hope that the building of this monument will help accomplish just that exact ideal. And if you haven't already, join us. Get your ticket so you can see the film and learn the history. Pick your watch party at greenflakemovie.com. Now, watch parties. What are watch parties and why are we doing it that way? Well, I did a screening at the movie theater and it was awesome. But after the film, there were so many questions and people were in tears and full of love and wanted to know more. And I want to give you that same opportunity to learn more, to figure out how to move forward. What are the next steps after learning and adding to the history that we know? So these watch parties virtually allow us to have those conversations before and after the film, if you so need it. Now coming up soon are performances from Brooke White, Ashley Hess, and the Piano Guys. But first, a performance from a dear friend, David Osmond. And when I called David to be a part of this film, he moved his schedule around and it was freezing, just wearing as little as almost what Green Flake was wearing. Freezing cold in December, and struggled with us as we froze shooting the first half of the film, portraying Porter Rockwell. So you may not recognize him. When you see the film, look hard, because it's David Osmond and he doesn't smile, so I don't know that you'll ever know who he is in the film. He's gonna perform a song for us, and I will say this for David. David, I don't think that you'll ever know the impact that you have on so many. Your smile is so much deeper than the service that you give. I want you to know that I love you.
I know we don't see everything in the same way, but I know we won't be really free if we don't stay united, 'cause divided we will fall for anything, it's true. So I have decided I will stand for you, and I will make a stand. I will raise my voice, I will hold your hand, 'cause we are one. I will beat my drum, I have made my choice. We will overcome, 'cause we are one. Some say there's no way your way will ever be okay. They say the best days are behind, so rewind and you will find the times when the best men defend every friend, neighbor, countryman. But now there's nowhere where you can speak your mind, but I will make a stand. I will raise my voice, I will hold your hand, 'cause we are one. I will beat my drum, I have made my choice. We will overcome, 'cause we are are one. Times may change, but truth remains. We won't be silent, won't be chained. 'Cause injustice anywhere threatens justice everywhere. I will make a stand. I will raise my voice. I will hold your hand. 'Cause we are one. I will beat my drum. I have made my choice. We will overcome. 'Cause we are one. Cause we are one. We are one.
I'm Alexis.
And I'm Shantae.
And together we are
Let's Talk Sis. We are so excited to be with you. And tonight we're going to have a talk with some of the actors from the Green Flake movie.
All
right. Clotilde, you
Yes.
are fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And what I have learned is you were much more involved in this film than playing the role of Biddy Mason. And we just want to know, as a creative part of this, on the creative team, what went into balancing being on screen and behind the scenes?
It wasn't anything that was unnatural for me other than to just throw myself in and help be a part of the creativeness that went down. So on top of it, while he was writing, it just became clear, I think, that I was Biddy Mason, I think, in the writing of it. And it just felt normal as I was reading the script with him back and forth, and as we were doing some cool edits and things, that was, I was called to the work.
That was powerful. You can always be chosen. And I think just what you said, it adds a different element to these heroes where we can see ourselves in them. And it's beautiful.
It was just such a special experience that, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Got closer to my family, my friends, and most importantly, to my God, and knowing how he empowered people to do hard things and how that is still happening. He hasn't changed. God is still empowering us. He still loves us just as much as he's ever loved us. And so what a blessing to be a part of something that reminds us of that.
Absolutely.
Well, I felt so strongly, just kind of what you were saying is like, yes, these stories are from the past, but we all have the opportunity to show our faith and our strength, even in these times right now. And I think that what you guys did and the energy and the spirit and the story that you shared, I think is going to bless more lives than what you can even imagine. And our lives were blessed.
That's what I was going to say. These stories are a continuation. We are a continuation of these stories. And I am grateful personally, and I think our families, our children, we need to hear these stories. So thank you.
I have been asked, why a monument? And when you think about it, if there was one that we all know about, big, beautiful monument that also educates us about these people, we wouldn't be having this discussion. But because there's nowhere to go and see and learn, we're having to, today, for many of us, learn parts of our history that we never knew existed. We have an opportunity to change that, because having representation of all contribution allows us to continue to tell the stories in its completion. Without it, we risk running the same cycle of ignorance. And that's where I was 3 years ago. I didn't know anything that I'm talking to you about. I knew less than what most of you probably knew. Green Flake, Elijah Abel, Jane Manning James, I thought, here I am, black in the church and don't know any of it. I was embarrassed. I needed to know more. I needed to be able to answer questions that I had and answer questions that people ask me. And so reading turned to writing, and I'm a songwriter first. And so as I learned more, I began to write music. And the music is the backbone to the film. And you'll see that you will be able to have access to that before anybody else, those who are watching this, to be able to hear the music that the movie was built on. When you go to the website and you get your watch party ticket, spend some time there and see what you find and see what you hear. And you'll kind of get the journey that I took in learning about this history. I think we all want the same thing. We all want to learn from this. We all want to grow from it. So let's not stay in this painful space. Let's do something with it. Let's do something with all of the feels that we're having right now. And that's building a monument. Thank you to everyone who was a part of this benefit concert and everyone who's watching, learning, and enjoying the music. We will build this monument to honor Green Flake and others. And when you visit Salt Lake City and you see the beautiful sculpture to help remember those who came before us, know that you and your family were a big part of making that happen.
Hi, my name's Ashley Hess, and I'm so grateful and so honored to be here and to be a part of this virtual concert. This story is so important, the story of Green Flake and everything surrounding that. There's so many stories I think that need to be told. I wasn't aware of this until recently, and learning about it has just been so helpful for me to gain a better understanding of our church's history and so much just about important stories that need to be told. And I think the monument is such a beautiful and an important idea that hopefully this will help bring money and funds and support to make this possible, so we have a physical representation and a way to honor our ancestors who came before us, who paved the way and made so much possible for us. And so I'm so grateful to be a part of this concert and to be a part of something that is so important to hopefully help things move forward in a direction that allows us to be better educated and understand our past. And I just think that this is so important and so beautiful, and I'm so honored to be a part of this. Thank you for being here. If you have any way of donating or contributing however you can, please do.
Don't give up on me yet. I know I'm not your best bet, but I'm trying, so don't give up on me yet. And God, don't leave me here alone. I know I need to grow still, and I'm trying, but don't leave me here alone. I know I've come so far, but got so far to go. And with these brand new scars and this broken heart, it's hard to really know if there's a reason and if I'll ever see it. But I wanna believe it. So don't give up on me yet. God, I know it makes no sense. You love me time and time again, but I still need reminding. Yeah,
I've come so far, but got so far to go. And with these brand new scars and this broken heart, it's hard to really know if there's a reason and if I'll ever see it. But I wanna believe it. So don't give up on me yet. God, I know I'm not the same, but you knew that I would change, and I think that you're trying to tell me it's okay. I know I've come so far, but got so far to go. And with these brand new scars and this broken heart, it's hard to really know if there's a reason and if I'll ever see it. But I wanna believe it. So don't give up on me yet. Don't give up on me yet. Don't give up on me.
Living underground, nobody can make a sound, but you're looking to the sky, hoping to be found.
His name is Green Flake, has won over 40 awards in film festivals, internationally. Best film in London, best film in Los Angeles, Rome, Istanbul. I realized then that this was a story that transcended race and religion. It was a story about humanity, faith, family, freedom. And now we have the opportunity to come together and build a monument to honor those enslaved pioneers who are talked about in this film. So go to greenflakemovie.com, make your donation. That gives you your ticket to the screening so that you can see what the talk is all about.
One more night sky, you'll find
So I'm sitting here with my little brother, not so little anymore, Yehosh Bonner, who plays Green Flake in the film. His name is Green Flake. And we're just gonna chop it up and talk about the experience shooting on set. I know one of the first things we were just talking about how cold it was.
Yes.
It was so cold.
So no fake snow. There was no fake snow.
we were shooting in December, and goodness, I mean, I don't know. I guess because you're my brother, I felt like it's okay. But you were in rags half the time, while we were bundled up, scarves, jackets.
Yeah, and we don't do well. We don't do well in cold. That's not our thing, you know. But it was cool because every time, you know, it was cut, you're over there with, hey, get him a jacket, warm him up. We're about to put him on a freezing lake, but keep him warm for now, you know.
Segue to freezing lake. Okay, well, you know, here's what we're gonna do. We'll show a clip of this scene that I'm gonna talk about, the frozen lake. The night before we shot this scene where Yehosh walks onto this lake, the lake was a lake. And it was written for him to go into the lake to retrieve something, but it froze the night before. So I'm like, what are we gonna do, cut the whole scene? Yehosh, it's frozen. I don't know how frozen, but it's frozen. And so we sent him out on a lake, and I'll let you watch.
Come on, back. Hold on, I got it back. Oh, be careful. Come on, be careful, please. Just go back, Green. Help! Come on.
gonna hold.
Let's go. Come on, Green.
That ice is breaking.
Now, whether or not he fell in, that is for you to see when you book your watch
Yes,
party.
yes.
But how did you feel going on the lake? Were you okay with that or no?
Well, I was like, well, I'm frozen already. This will get me inside. If the ice breaks, at least I'll be able to get inside with the heaters.
Did you think you were gonna go in?
I wasn't sure. I tried not to think about it because everything that happened, I wanted it to be almost like a real reaction. You know, I wanted it to be real, but I was hoping that I wasn't gonna go in.
Man.
But if I did go in, I was happy to know what was going to happen after I got out.
If you went in, I was gonna go in after you. You were so great, and you really embodied who Green Flake was this pioneer hero that stuck to his faith and helped lead so many into safety in Utah territory. Awesome job.
Well, I remember asking you, like, did you just pick me because I'm your brother? And he was like, no, like, it kept coming to me. I couldn't think of anybody else but you. And before this, my acting experience was limited. It was limited. It was small projects here and there, but I'd never done a full movie. And so I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to connect with Green Flake as a man in history, as a hero, and to hopefully, tell his story in a way that he would be proud. It's an honor, man. And to do it with my brother? What?
Hey.
You know? At the end of the night, I was so excited to hang out with you, but we were tired, man. We got in the hot tub one time. That was nice. It was good. It was a good time. You know, we were as safe as we thought was safe. You know, looking back, we're like,
we were just brothers going at it.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah,
it's a good time. My favorite time was beating you up, man. That was great.
Well,
remind me of childhood when we used to wrestle. You know?
No. Tell it right. Tell it right. Okay, so there's a fight scene which just recently won Best Fight Scene for Paris International Film Festival.
Yes.
Boom! How cool is that, right?
That was awesome.
One of your boys helped us to
Spencer Hole.
Yes.
Spencer Hole came one night. It was just like, yeah, man, I love to help out. You know?
So
Spent about 30 minutes.
So it was like, okay, punch, dodge, just about it. Throw, good, and then it's free game.
Yeah.
And whatever happens after that happens. And in my mind, I was gonna ruin the scene by making sure that I just buried Green Flake. I don't care how it helped the story. But it was freezing cold, and we gave it all we had in that fight scene.
Yep.
Should we show a clip?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What you doing? Just quiet. No. Hey. Join us. What's he saying? Get his axe!
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, my God and friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. And I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. Oh, His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me.
We live in a time of confusion. We don't know exactly who we are, but it's alright, there's a solution. And this is how it starts, yeah. Don't focus on what makes us different. Black or white, we all share this place. So don't cut each other down, we bleed the same. Oh, 'cause we all have red hearts. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. We all have red hearts.
Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this Green Flake movie project. We're so honored. Again, we're Prince Ivan. Go out there and support the movie, but whatever you do, choose love today. Go out and build some bridges. God bless you guys. Peace.
White. I'm super thankful to be a part of this, and I'm going to play an original for you called Be Good. Okay, here we go. In my life, I try to stand for something. As I get older, it ain't so black and white. They say what is right isn't always easy, and sometimes easy, it ain't always right. Mistakes, you know I've made them. Heartaches, I know how they hurt. Some days you might forget who you are, but be good to someone, be good to yourself, and always be the best you can.
I'm Rebecca Cressman, and I had the most incredible experience watching the movie about Green Flake. What soul, what heart, what incredible dignity that man had, and he is real and his life has to be remembered. And I just can't believe, Molly, this film and how it touched me. Why did you want to tell the story of Green Flake?
Many reasons why, honestly. But my main reason why was as I was learning about the history 3 years ago, when I did not know much of anything, to be honest, about Black history in the church. And as I was learning it, you would think that it would just rock my testimony. And I would just be sidelined by what my belief is and taking a step back. But it did the opposite. It strengthened my testimony in Christ and the gospel that he taught. It rooted me in what I believed. And so then I thought of all the young people, because I work in the pop music industry, so I develop pop artists. And so I know young folks. And I know that if they find this out the wrong way, which most likely they will, as soon as they hear something, they go to their phones and that's how they find it. And if they hear what I learned the wrong way, I don't know how they would come back from that. So I felt that I needed to tell this story, and it needed to be done quickly and it needed to be done right, so that they have the opportunity to be able to heal through it and get through it the same way I did.
The history that a slave with a love for his family had to be torn from his family and come across the frontier in incredible, extraordinarily difficult circumstances, without freedom, and in many ways you would say without dignity, but what dignity you gave him. And you see him operating with faith, this higher belief that God is going to make it all right. And is that what you're saying? Is that part of that full story that you want people to understand?
It is. Like, to your point, it's about family, you know, especially for African Americans in the early 1800s and before. It was all about family. You know, those moments that they had with family before they were torn from them. And so if you can imagine, someone comes along and says that you can have your family back. The one thing that you have no control over, when you'll see your mother again, if you'll ever see your sister again, where you're going to be taken, but someone tells you that you'll be reunited. I don't think that they took that lightly, these enslaved pioneers. I think that more than anything, they wanted that gospel to survive that trick so that they could have that promise.
You know, talking about this is like your moment. And I think we grow as human beings when we hear and learn from other people's stories. We always heard that saying, walk in someone else's shoes for a mile, right? Well, walk in a couple thousand of footprints of Green Flake and see your heart expand and honor his life. I love it. I'm looking forward to the monument being built. Congratulations, Melody.
Let's go there together and take an awesome selfie.
Let's do that. You hold a selfie stick.
Yeah, yes, okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melody.
Living underground, nobody can make a sound, but you're looking to the sky, hoping to be found.
Next, we take a look at some of the behind-the-scenes footage from the making of His Name is Green Flake.
Cam only, take one, Mark.
Green, more green.
Okay, stop here, guys. Just hold.
Oh my gosh, Alex!
Hard project. We're going to be working hard. I'm going to push everybody hard, but I hope we have a little bit of fun too.
Welcome to the scene. Little duck dynasty this morning. I have 20 pet squirrels.
So he's not just lighting the scene, he's really doing everything. It's been an easy work, just our creative juices flowing, so I hope that we can like maintain the tension that's in that room throughout the whole scene.
Take 3, AB Mark.
Alpha set.
B set.
The next time he walks, just put tension, like
It's not a walk in the park. It's like
yeah, just put tension in a very specific place, and right in this area right here would be good. And your lower back, down one side of your hip would be good, because then you'll walk a little bit.
Okay.
Rehearsing and action. Rolling.
what do we do for lunch? We pack everything up, we drive to base camp, we eat our lunch, then we come back and we unpack everything and we do it again.
Get to fight my brother today.
I know you want to be president of the country.
Nothing new. Then I throw you off.
When we fall?
Huh?
When we fall?
No. Okay. I'm gonna throw you if you fall. You fall.
No, not if you throw me.
Yeah, you probably fall. I'm gonna bury you. I'm gonna embarrass you. You laughing? That's funny?
It's game time.
What are you doing? Just fight. Just fight. Join us.
That was emotional, bro.
Did I win?
No. That was a straight loss.
He's so happy. It's just for us to be able to tell. Man, it's like it's just that they deserve it. Everybody. We deserve to know. They deserve to. All right. So, this is cool to be a part of this, man. And everybody like freaking down Bayless, you know? From the jump, for you being so cool about everything. We didn't have money to pay this guy, and he's like moving stuff around to make it happen. It's, I'm just grateful for everybody. So, thank you. Everybody. All right. Let's make a movie. Cool. All right. Did I get my butt whooped?
You okay?
Yeah. I wish it was free. I wish it was free. I wish we could just build a monument for nothing. But I teach voice. And the students that I have that can't afford it, or the ones that I just really love their voice and want to do something with, I find that the ones that get a job just to pay for it, or the ones that are really investing into it, take it so much more personal. And I know that if we give towards it, it's going to mean something to us. This is going to be such a healing agent that's going to allow us to receive the words that we agree with, that we are all one people. It's not important because I'm black and Green Flake's black. It's important because Green Flake's human and I'm human. I'm feeling the same feels that you're feeling. Young 10-year-old white girl, young, old 80-year-old Asian lady, like black men, Asian lady, white women, we're all the same. We're all human, we're all feeling the feels, and the beauty of it is we can actually do something about it. And so, oh my gosh, it's gonna be beautiful. The monument's gonna be beautiful, and we're gonna be a proud people together, looking at what we did in the wake of our nation struggling. And I know there's those watching from other nations, and you have your issues as well, but us here in America, we're hurting. And now we have an opportunity to be a part of the healing. And that's as good as gold to me. So let's enjoy the next musician while you're hustling to get your ticket, because it's limited. It's limited. Get your ticket, donate towards the monument, and do like I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get one for I have family in Michigan that knows nothing about this, but I want them to see it. Get one for them. Do it. Do it. Don't just sit there and think about it and watch and enjoy this. If you're feeling the feels, act on it, because that's the one thing you have control over. On piano, performing an original song titled Maybe, Jen Blossel.
Hello, my name is Jen Blossel. I'm excited to tell you why I am part of this project. In part because anything that the Bonners are doing, I want to be a part of it because I know it will be magic. And so I was excited when I was asked to participate a while ago too. And then Molly sent me the poster for the movie, and even that got me emotional. And I was like inviting friends, guys, don't tell me to talk about why I love this, because I love everything about this. Is so meaningful. Like at the end of the film, I was so destroyed that when people I'm gonna get emotional now, but when people stood up to give a standing ovation, I couldn't do it because I was still crying, because I felt like, wow, I love Green Flake and I've never met him, but the film just made me feel so connected to my Black family, and just feeling of like, just the fact that there's still work to be done where little Black children can grow up and feel safe and feel seen and feel a part of, especially the Latter-day Saint community, but just a part of our family. And so I'm excited to be part of Green Flake to do whatever I can to help usher that in and to create this worldwide family. Okay, thank you. You were like an angel in the night, took me from the dark into the light. Yes, you took all of my wrongs and made them right, took care of my heart, took care of my mind. Yes, you. Maybe in another life I could have been your wife. We'd grow old but never old to each other. And you would make me laugh. I would be your backbone. We'd build a home with children of our own. But time don't stop for anyone. I had to listen to my soul, and it took me away from you. True, you left my skin, you left my soul. I had never felt more beautiful because of you. And true, no one holds a candle to your flame. I wanted to share your home and name with you. Maybe in another life I could have been your wife. We'd grow old but never old to each other. And you would make me laugh. I would be your backbone. We'd build a home with children of our own. But time don't stop for anyone. I had to listen to my soul, and it took me away from you.
That was beautiful, Jen. Just a few weeks ago, M. Russell Ballard, acting president of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, dedicated a new Pioneer Center at This Is the Place Heritage Park. During the dedication, he said, "Here, people and families could come and absorb monumental achievements of early Latter-day Saints in the face of rigid hardships. The odds were stacked against them. The pioneers called upon the Lord day and night And as they forged ahead to grow food, steer water out of the mountain canyons, build homes, shelters, schools, meeting houses, and even a temple, these challenges Elder Ballard listed were endured by the advanced group members, Green Flake, Hark Lay, and Oscar Crosby, in addition to their hardships of being enslaved. Together, we can build the park's first monument honoring Green Flake and other African-American pioneers. By getting your watch party ticket, you are contributing to the building of this historical monument. Make sure you share this concert on your Facebook page so your friends and family can also be a part of this movement. Still to come, performances by Alex Boyer, Michael McLean, and the Piano Guys. But first, a message from Laurel Christensen Day, president of Deseret Book Company.
When Mally first reached out to us about this film he was making, we were intrigued. How was a first-time filmmaker going to take on this huge task of telling an unknown story with so little historical records available? But this wasn't about a first-time filmmaker trying to tell just any story. This was about Mally Bonner and a man named Green Flake, whose story was long overdue to be told. I have seen firsthand what tenacity and commitment and a handful of miracles can create. And so when Mally shared with us his vision that this film would be the vehicle for a monument to be built to honor our Black pioneer brothers and sisters, we jumped at the chance to help. It's such an honor to support this effort, and we are grateful for the overwhelming support we've already seen from our Deseret Book and LDS Living families across the world. For those of you who haven't yet donated, please go to greenflakemovie.com. Donate towards this monument. Be a part of history. Let's ensure this monument gets built, and we'll see you at the watch parties.
Let's enjoy a moving original song titled Safe by Bree Ray.
I think we can understand how it feels to be stuck in a world where nothing seems real. Oh, no. I think we can understand how it hurts when everything we've dreamed is everything that burns. Oh, no. And it's become so common to be screaming we're not wrong before we know. So determined that no one will see us yearning for a home. But what if we choose to celebrate the differences that we can't change? Oh, what if we choose to be okay with who we are and how we're made? Oh, we start to feel safe. I think we can understand the fear of living in a world where nothing is sincere. Oh, no. Well, I think we can understand the pain of waiting for that loss just to see what we will gain. No, no. And it's become so common to be screaming we're not wrong before we know. So determined that no one will see us yearning for a home. But what if we choose to celebrate the differences that we can't change? Oh, what if we choose to be okay with who we are and how we're made? we can't keep standing still, no. If not us, then who will? We together. If not us, then who will? We together. 'Cause what if we choose to celebrate the differences that we can't change? Oh, And what if we choose to be okay with who we are and how we're made of? Will we start to feel safe?
Hey everybody, my name is Chelsea Hightower and I'm here with Alex Boyer, who plays Jacob in the film His Name is Green Flake. So Alex, you were in this film. Yes. When did you first hear about this film?
I think about 3 months before it was actually complete.
I'm confused.
I mean, that boy works so fast. So yeah, it was just like quick. Hey, Alex, you interested in this? Send me the script. Next minute, I know we're on set. Like, he didn't play around. You know, most with movies, it's like you shoot 6 months later or something like that. You get time to prepare. Not Mally, man. So it
he's
was
just
quick.
He's quick on the draw.
Yeah.
So you were one of the first phone calls that he actually had.
I actually didn't know that. But yeah, he told me that. I found out that at the premiere.
Yeah. So what was your reaction when he called you?
So, because he called me and says, I'm doing this movie. And he says, I've never done a movie before. I've written a script. Never written a script before. And like, he's going all this. But most people, you know what I mean? When you hear that from some people, like, okay, this is going to fail. You're an idiot. Go and do what you usually do.
This
but with Mally,
sounds
I was
bad.
so serious. I was like, it didn't even faze me. I'm like, oh, he's doing a movie. Like, whatever the brother's going to do, it's going to be dope to me. So I was like, okay, yeah, keep talking, man.
He's so
I'm
talented.
excited.
Well, what is one thing, when people see this, what's one thing that you want them to take away from watching this film?
I want them to realize that there is another LDS story that is just as important, just as valid, and that needed to be told. And that's it for me. Because everything else, it will do what it's supposed to do.
Thank you so much, Alex. And next, a performance from Alex Boyer singing We All Bleed the Same.
I'm so glad that we are different. I would hate to be the same. I just want to be peculiar. How can I get this through? Nobody can be like you. Don't compare yourself to no one, 'cause they can't do what you done. To thine own self be true. In this world full of confusion, hey, heartache, pain, and disillusion, hey. Don't let them dim your shine. You go for yours, I go for mine. Still a beautiful world and we'll be fine. Hey, and let me tell you what my mama said. Just be yourself, 'cause everybody else is taken. And don't be afraid. All you need to do is come as you are. You'll never be lonely if you can read somebody's problems. Everybody's life is precious, all protect us all. Don't let us fall, 'cause we all bleed the same. Alright, we all bleed the same. Yeah, yeah. Alright, yeah. Listen, don't ever change the things you do. Oh, you just keep on loving you. Yeah. I know you're tired of abuse, and you say it ain't no use. Don't believe them, it ain't true. No way, 'cause it don't matter what they say. I'm gonna love you anyway. We might not have it all together, but together we have it all. So if we stumble, we won't fall. And then
Just be yourself, 'cause everybody else is taken.
Come on.
Don't be afraid. All you need to do is come as you are.
Come as you are, yeah.
Never be lonely. If you can read somebody's problems. Everybody's life is precious. All protect us all. Don't let us fall. 'Cause we all bleed the same.
We all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. I said we all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. 'Cause everybody's life is precious. All protect us all. Don't let us fall. 'Cause we all bleed the same.
I'm so glad that we are different. I would hate to be the same. I just wanna be peculiar. Ain't nothing wrong with being strange. 'Cause what does that even mean? Does anybody know? I just wanna be the real me. Instead of putting on a show, just be yourself. 'Cause everybody else is taken. Don't be afraid. All you need to do is come as you are. Or you'll never be lonely. If you can read somebody's problems. Everybody's life is precious. All protect us all. Don't let us fall. 'Cause we all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. Hey, we all bleed the same. We all bleed the same. Bleed the same. We all bleed the same. Everybody's life so precious. Come on, don't let us fall. We all bleed the same.
Save my Jesus rising morning.
Something I thought about just a few days ago was, or last week, the relationship between Brigham Young and Green Flake. We don't have it written. But imagine this. There is this epic American pioneer migration across the western frontier, led by Brigham Young, the president of the LDS Church at the time. He gets sick at winter quarters and says, okay, advanced groups, because Brigham Young put together these advanced teams that would help lay down the land so that these thousands of men, women, and children could follow behind. He sent them on. In the front of that advanced group was Green Flake, this 19-year-old enslaved young man. It wasn't a race to the front. So why was Green Flake put at the front of that trek? They must have had a strong relationship built in those early months, weeks, leading up to Brigham Young sending them on, and Green Flake driving that first wagon into what we now know as Salt Lake City. Is that a redeeming quality? I've heard. Maybe. I know that we're learning more about Brigham Young, which is hard and scary, but he's human, and we're seeing all of these human. Me in 2020, I hope nobody saw me. I had my highs and lows. I had my good days and my terrible days, and what I don't want to do, I don't want to take away from the good that some of these men and women that you may learn about who enslaved people. I don't want to take away from the good, but I don't want to change the bad. The bad is bad. And because it's bad doesn't mean we don't talk about it. We still talk about it. But because they did some bad things doesn't change the good. We have to accept it all from all of us, because you know you in 2020 had some good and bad days too. And there's few people like Green Flake that had to keep his faith and his strength through a series of bad days, hard days, nothing near our 2020, right? And I love that we get to do something about it. We don't have to wait We don't have to wait and hope it happens. We get to make that happen. I love that.
You know, anytime we can come together and honor someone who helped lay the foundation for our generation, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely, yes. This is a monument to strength, determination, the ability to not shrink or not to back away from something that just seems insurmountable. And in their strength, we can find our own strength, I think. When we look back and we let history teach us the lessons we need to learn so that we can be strong. I mean, I cannot imagine what these people went through. And to build a monument to their story, their strength, is only going to do us good. And so we love paying tribute in music to this monument because of what they've done for us.
So I'm here with one of the dearest members of the Bonner family, Uncle Mike. You know him as Michael McLean. You know, I didn't even know your name was Michael McLean until I was like 30.
Really?
I didn't know. I just knew Uncle Mike.
Those were great memories when first time I sang with your mom, and then I remember as if it was yesterday when you did the Black Appreciation Month when my daughter was the president of Wasatch High, and you did that whole history of African American. It was spectacular. Those kids had never seen a black person, and by the end they were singing to "Oh Happy Day." They got the spirit. It was great.
Oh, I was running to the bathroom afterwards. Like, girls were chasing me. It was like the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, when I say Uncle Mike, I really mean it. Like, you were family. Your family was our family.
For sure.
You know, and I just really appreciate how quickly you took us in and just made us your own. So thank you for that love.
Well, and this is an exciting time to be here with this adventure. When I saw the screening of Green Flake just a few days ago, and you told the story about what compelled you to do it, I thought, I loved you before. It's not like I love you because you're doing this, but I love what you're doing, and I love what it does for me. It makes me feel like, gosh, I need to add my voice, so that when I saw that great screening, and then you said, we need to do something to celebrate with the statue, and then I said, I'm kind of been working on a song since the 40th anniversary of the Blacks in the Priesthood.
B1 celebration, yeah.
And then I sent it to you, and you said, could we Bonnerize it? Could we take it to that new place? And I remember I was with my wife, and when you sent back the demo of that song, both of us just wept. Because it's so important that together we use what gifts we have.
I can't believe it's taken us this long to write a song together, but I'm happy it's finally happened.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, you are worthy. I give you all the praise. Hallelujah, hallelujah, let me serve you, Lord. Is it patience that you want from me? Or is it action that you hope to see?
Am I waiting on the Lord, or is He waiting on me? Is He waiting for some evidence I'm ready to receive all the blessings that He promised to His children who believe? Am I waiting on the Lord, or is He waiting on me? Hallelujah, hallelujah, promise you'll guide me and lead me all the way.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, when do I go or stay?
Where the hurt is, I can see the bruise, but your verses lead me back to you.
Am I waiting on the Lord, or is He waiting on me? Is He waiting for some evidence I'm ready to receive all the blessings that He promised to His children who believe? Am I waiting on the Lord, or is He waiting on me? Is He waiting
His Name is Green Flake is more than a movie. It's become a movement. Be a part of making this monument a reality. If you're someone that doesn't typically donate, let this be your first. What better reason to give than to help rectify what should have been done a long time ago? It's simple, it's easy, and it will be something that we can leave for generations to come. So go to the website, greenflakemovie.com, pick your night, bring your family together, enjoy the history that's never been told before. For those who don't know, and many of you may not know, this is my mom and my dad. I haven't even asked you how you feel about this whole process of this film, the stories, and now the potential monument that we're going to build. I haven't even asked.
Well, you know, I still remember when we first joined the church, and when you were born, and you were always such a spiritual giant, even as a little one. Very intuitive, very spiritual, and you would say some profound things, just spiritual truths. And you've always been that way. And I think that this time is the time. This is the right time to share this part of the history of the church. And I'm just excited and just grateful.
This for me is especially important because of you, Dad, because how close in proximity enslavement was to our family. My dad's grandfather was enslaved, and we think, way long ago.
It's okay.
We think it's a long time ago. And it was. But it's not that far away. And I love that we meaning you, we meaning me and you, have the opportunity to do something about the wrongs that were made then. To remember them. Because my fear, Mom and Dad, is that if for some reason, which I don't believe is not going to happen, if for some reason people don't buy their ticket and there's not money to build a monument, my fear is that 50 years from now, there'll be another Junior Bonner who just didn't know there was enslaved pioneers. That's my fear. Because I just learned about all of this just 3 years ago. So some of you who learned tonight for the first time about these enslaved pioneers, it was my first time learning less than 3 years ago. And I just want desperately for us to have somewhere that we can remember, honor all those. And I believe that's going to happen because of tonight.
I just want to ask you a question, Junior. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Honestly,
what do you want to be when you grow up?
This is what I'm hoping happens. This will be an incredible success, and I'm sure. And I already know that we're going to need to open up more watch parties and all that thing so people can see the film. So we're going to have a beautiful monument, and it's going to be history, and then I can go home, and I can be a dad.
You're a great dad. You're such a great dad.
Yeah, my children have missed me.
But
this.
But I have seen you change diapers and take care of the kids while you're doing this. And you are a great dad. And you're a great dad because you had a great dad.
I know.
You had a great dad.
I know. This is just like this is not cute, guys. This is not the play. I appreciate that, Mom. I do. And my wife knows, Chantel, my children know what we're doing, and it's worth it. It's worth it. The sacrifices of Green Flake and other people, I can do this. We can do this. And so I am looking forward to going home and being a husband that is present and a father that is there. But right now, this is going to happen. And it's going to be beautiful. And it's time. It's our time to do something great together. And I think we've all been waiting for something. How? When? What do we do? This world has been crazy, right? Well, what can we do? This.
To unite. It's about unity. It's about bringing his children together in love. It is about the gathering. It is. And yes, this is a part of it.
I would just like to, excuse me, Mommy, just to say something in reference to about the dad thing. When you're doing your Father in Heaven's will, oh man, that's the greatest example you can be as a dad.
Thank you, Dad. Let me just wrap this up with saying, for those who don't know, maybe just came on or have just been enjoying the music, go to greenflakemovie.com. So that's where you're going to get everything you need to know. That's where you're going to be able to donate to the monument. That's where you're going to be able to get your ticket to see the film. And you get to watch along with people who have been in the film, musicians that you've loved and heard tonight. They'll be watching with you. So you're going to be able to have a virtual watch party where we're all together. Thank you for coming on. Well, tonight was an incredible night, and we're nearing its end. And unfortunately, we couldn't fit all of the artists that sent in videos and came to perform. Couldn't fit them all on the show for this concert, but what we're going to do is please stay tuned on our website for an extended version of the interviews and performances that you haven't seen. Thank you to the Deborah Bonner Unity Choir supporting Michael McLean's performance. That was beautiful. And thank you to Deseret Book, because they came on in a big way and they try to lay low and just support, but their support is like having a giant behind you. I feel like in The Lion King where little Simba roars and it's Mufasa back there doing it. And so I appreciate them. And thank you to the Deseret Book Session Concert Series artists, because there's a number of artists that are in that series that were so willing to jump on board and be a part of this. So please go check them out at DeseretBookPresents.com. And I'm just going to take a second and acknowledge a few people and let you know how we got to this point. Before I wrote a word, I felt prompted to reach out to Arthur Van Wagenen. I didn't know Arthur very well. All I knew was the Spirit told me that's who you need to go to. And I did. And Arthur helped guide me throughout this whole process. The whole process. And not because I was partnered with Desiree. I wasn't partnered with anybody. It was just me. And he was doing what he could to help me make sure that we have a film that could be as good as it is now. So Arthur, I love you. I love you. And I thank you. And I know as far back as you try to hide in the shadows, I got the light and I see you. So thank you so much. I love you. And Laurel Christian Day, what a president of Deseret Book. I mean, I know that you learned so much from Sherry Dew, who is a giant to us all, and you're no less. I love you and appreciate the support that you've given to this, because I know that this is not a, what Deseret is doing is what you've done, is donating their time and their resources to make sure that we change the trajectory of our history and the way we look at it and the way we tell our stories. And so I thank you for being a part of this process. And in the beginning of me trying to develop these stories, a lot of that was with my little sister Clotilde, and me writing and her helping to direct me on what to do and how to say things. She was key in that. And then I had a baby sister, Oyoyo, who took her savings from working in New York and said, go, make the film. I thank you for that. And 3 weeks before we were about to start filming, there was no crew for the Green Flake movie. There was no equipment. There was no location. I called Jesse Renee, And we had lunch, me, him, and his little new baby. And he said, I'll do it. And in 3 weeks, he put together a team that brought us this movie. I hope that you don't miss out on seeing the film. I hope you don't. I don't know how we got to this point. I feel like I've been on the outside watching the Lord do his thing. And it's been an amazing process. And what I realize now is it's like we're starting over. We are the seed. We are the seed that's being planted, you and I. Because those who watch this, we're a handful of folks, and compared to those who need to see it. It's up to you, and it's up to me to now share that out and spread this message. Do not leave this with your own home. If you're listening to me now, make this more important than the way you do your social media. If you normally, I don't share on these days, or I don't, make this story more important than how you do your Facebook. Share it. Spread this message, be a part of the movement. Take one more step, because as we do that, it's going to reach so many, and now we can heal and tell the stories that we all want to be a part of. The full truth, the full story. When people ask me, so why do you stay in this church? Why? And I have a lot of reasons why. But I stay in this country. I love my country. Even though the history of my people in the country is a tough history. It's a hard one to swallow. But we tell it. We tell the stories. And we can go learn and look at monuments and remember those who are a part of that path. We need to make sure that we allow that to be the same case for this restored gospel of Jesus Christ. It's okay that it's a history that is hard, but we just have to be willing to tell it. Another person I just want to acknowledge and thank is Brandon Purdy, who is working on a film right now that's going to be amazing, Witnesses, and that's in theaters June 4th. Even though he's got this massive project, he said, if you need anything, you call me. And the list goes on and on for people who decided to come on and be of a service to this movement. This is not for me. This is for everyone behind us who's coming next, who's going to have a better faith walk than us. Let's make their path a wider path. And I hope that you have shared it. If you have not, you better do it. Share it. Share this whole concert. And, you know, I haven't even got a chance to really take it in and watch it, so I know I'll be doing that, and I'll be sharing as well. We are going to close with my family, and, you know, we're a singing group. We weren't always a singing group. We were just individual singers who competed against each other. But now we've come together over these last few years to sing and praise together. And in that same way that you're going to witness us singing and praising and singing that we are children of God, know that you are too. In whatever country you're in, and whatever your circumstance is, you are seen. You are a child of God. Your story matters. Your history is a part of my history. We are one people. The Bonner family, a child of God.
You say my Jesus rising morning. Oh, you say my Jesus rising morning.
When I'm strong enough to fly, brave enough to fall, have energy to climb my way over my walls, tells me I am a child of God.
When I'm strong enough to cry, unforgettable, have faith enough to try. The impossible tells me I am a child of God.
And I can feel the spirit burning within me, lighting the way. Every time that I say
child of God, a child of God. I am a child of God, a child of God.
say you'll never leave, I'll follow where you go. You can take the lead, I can see the road and be a child of God.
I'll be brave enough to jump, wise enough to pray, be a worthy son with every breath I take, and be a child of God.
And I can feel the spirit burning within me, lighting the way. Every time that I say
A child of God, a child of God, a child of God. I am a child of God, a child of God, a child of God, a child of God.
And I can hear him say, I'm with you every day. Wipe your tears away.
I am a child of God, a child of God. I am a child of God, a child of God.
Living underground, nobody can make a sound, but you're looking to the sky, hoping to be found. Broken picture frames, capturing the better days. Tell me if you see the light breaking through the cage. You've been living like a slave. Don't spend another day underground. Runaway train, can you see me coming for you now? Promise you can make it out. Tell me, how does freedom sound? You can be saved. You don't have to hang your head down. my Jesus, rising morning. Oh, he's living my Jesus, rising morning. Is there one say rising morning? Is there one say rising morning?
Can anybody hear me at all? Can anybody see me at all? 'Cause I don't think I can go another day. And I pray to God to show another way. Maybe I wasn't forgotten. I'm not alone. When I look into your eyes, I feel like home. Somehow you just found me. You turned every stone. My journey ends with you. You are my home. You are my home.